This video, my friends, will probably be one of my favorites to record, and that's because we're talking today about how to find your people. Just your people. It doesn't even have to be friends, right? It's just your people. And honestly, this is probably going to be a pretty short video because it's one of the easiest things to do. When we go into a new place, we think, what if they don't like me? What if I don't find any other friends? What if I don't belong? And those are all valid concerns. With college, there are some pretty small campuses, but there's still going to be people that you're going to latch onto. And there are huge campuses where your people are going to come to you. And I don't know. I don't know what it is about college. I don't know what it is about life. But you seem to attract the people that you just need during that time. So don't worry about finding friends, okay? They'll just kind of come. I don't know how to explain it. They'll just come. But I will give you some ways to find them where you can actively seek them out, okay? The first step is really simple, and you're probably like, oh, well, she's of course going to talk about this. Well, yes, I am, because it's good advice, okay? Don't be afraid to talk to people, especially during those first few weeks. When you see another freshman, you'll know it's another freshman because they will have this look on their face that says, somebody please come talk to me. And you can come and talk to them. That's your right as a freshman talking to another freshman. You can go and talk to them, and if you, I don't know, feel a spark, then you feel a spark, and you can get their number. Bam, you made a friend, okay? So don't be afraid to talk to anyone. The other thing is, don't judge a book by its cover. College is going to bring a lot of people that may not look like you or may not look like your community at home. That's okay. That's part of the beauty of it. But don't be afraid to reach out to them. Don't be afraid to talk to them. Don't be afraid to interact with them. If they suck, then they suck, and you can just move on. That's the beauty of college. If they suck and you just say, okay, you're gone, then you probably won't see them again. Unless it's a small campus. Just be kind when you move them away, okay? Try going to different events that interest you, okay? So, if you have a club for your major, go to that. Because usually what happens is business majors are going to either have similar interests, and a lot of times they have similar personality traits, okay? The same thing is going to go with history majors, with English majors, with economics majors, with nursing majors, with whatever you are. The people in your major might be just like you. Majors attract certain people. And if they attracted you, then that might be your people. You don't have to be friends with anyone you don't want to be friends with. And you don't have to be friends with everyone, okay? That's really hard for some people to hear, and they're like, well, I'm just being nice. Well, yeah, you should be nice. You should be nice to everyone because you're a respectful human being, and Miss Reed taught you better. But you don't have to get everyone's number. You don't have to stay in contact with everyone. Really, what ends up happening is you get an inner circle. You get 6 or 10 or 2 best friends that you talk to constantly. And then other friends are like an occasional ring, you know, the occasional, hey, do you want to go to a party with me? Or something like that. You don't have to constantly talk to people. Big thing, you don't have to be friends with your roommate. Your roommate could be awful. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to even talk to them. You can just sit in awkward silence for all you want. If you're going to a college that a lot of your high school friends are going to, don't stick with your high school friends. You can talk to them, yes, but make sure that outside of that friend group, you have another friend group, okay? Because what ends up happening a lot of the time is that you grow so much in college and in such different ways that when you get together with your high school friends, it can kind of squash any change that you have made. And we don't want that. We don't want to be around people who won't accept us and won't help us become better human beings. We want that change. We want people who will help us change. Usually your high school friends, they have a vision of you when you were a freshman in high school. And the person that you are as a freshman in college may be entirely different. That is okay. And you can keep your high school friends. But just make sure that they allow you to change in the way that you need to. Okay? So those are some tricks, some tips to how to find your people. I want to go over something really quickly, and that is how to encourage your friends in the right way. When you find your people, your inner circle, your core group, how do you support them in the best way? And here are some things that have really helped me. Number one is you accept them exactly as they are in that moment. Okay? So they might be a ball of stress. They might be in the middle of a big change. They might be going through a breakup. They might be changing in a way that you didn't expect them to change. Your job as a friend, your obligation, is to accept that change, accept who they are, and help them change in a way that betters them. Okay? The second thing that I really want you to do is to tell them when they are not acting in a way that is acceptable. You know what's acceptable and what's not. And I'm not saying, this person started off Christian or Muslim or Jewish and now they're not acting Muslim. Well, that might just be a change. The thing that you're going to point out to them is when they're being abusive, when they are doing something illegal, when they are doing something dangerous, and when they are doing something that is neglectful of themselves. Those are the only 4 times you should interfere in another human being's personal business. Those are the 1 times when you say, hey, you need to get your head on straight. And the way you do that is you point it out to them and you say, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Because that doesn't really seem like you. And then you let them decide whether they want to continue that behavior. Another thing that we have to do as friends is accept whoever our friends decide to spend time with. Okay, this would be boyfriends, this would be other friends, okay? Let's say that you don't like somebody's boyfriend. Most likely you don't like them for a reason. And it is a-okay for you to be like, hey, I don't think you all are the best fit, okay? It is not acceptable for you to say, he's a piece of shit. You should dump his ass. That's not how we handle it, okay? You say, hey, I have concerns about this, and this with him. And I just wanted to bring that up with you. That's all you do. If that friend, if that boyfriend, if that girlfriend is being abusive in any sort of way, you point it out first to the abuser and you say, do you realize that's abusive behavior? And then you point it out to the friend and you say, has he ever done that to you before? You do realize that you deserve better. The main thing with college seminar that I really want to get you across, at least when it comes to your peers, your friends, the people around you, is that we respect everyone, their bodily autonomy, who they are, who they want to be, any changes that come into play. But we also want to take care of people, okay? We want to make sure we're not stepping on their toes, but we also want to make sure that they're safe and that they are doing things that will help them change for the better. So find your people, help them change for the better, protect them, take care of them.